Nico, hi, great to join you in IPEM in sunny Cannes today. So just to start, perhaps you could give us a quick introduction to yourself and your role at LAKESTAR.
Good morning to you, Talia, nice to meet you. And so my name is Nicolas. I'm partner at a venture firm called LAKESTAR. We're a European-focused house. We invest across stages, so across the entirety of the entrepreneurial journey, from early to growth stage investing. We have a set of thesis areas. We go very deep in areas that we're experts in. Okay. And then there's something very unique about us, which is, first, we're the first VC, one of the first VCs in Europe to go as consequential as we are into separate early and growth stage investing with 2 separate funds. And then because of how relevant technology is for the future of Europe, we have a dedicated area of expertise in all things regulatory, policy making, through both people internally that we work with and through each one of us in our thesis areas that engages with governments, those that set regulation, because in order to bring about these humongously successful entrepreneurial cases, we need to help them navigate the European regulatory landscape, jurisdiction by jurisdiction. That's something we're very good at.
Great, fantastic. Very, very kind of unique and niche kind of strategy there. And then in terms of the broader market today, what are the latest evolutions you've seen in VC?
2022 is an interesting year. The Fed called inflation transitory earlier the year, and that did not turn out to be true, but instead we're getting an entire year that is in transition. I think in the investing world in particular, with interest rates basically decreasing since the 80s, you can draw a line since the 80s to today or to the end of 2021, every asset price has gone up. And so we're seeing a very big incremental or very big profound reversal of that trend. So if you're an investor and you do not have a deep appreciation for the cost of capital in this environment and how it is changing in the mid to long term, you will struggle to deliver returns. And so that's one of the key aspects. And then of course, frankly, there's hardship. There's hardship out there in the economy, there's hardship in this society. And so I also think the role of those that invest and get to allocate capital like venture investors need to be very conscious of what's going on in the real economy out there. And how do we bring about foundational situations where the teams that are working on something are actually delivering a solution into a real problem that society, the economy, or people are facing out there. That's really crucial, and so we're in the middle of a rethink overall.
Great, thank you. And then in terms of kind of how important is tech and entrepreneurship to the future of European businesses?
That's a crucial area to talk about. I think at the end, there's hardship out there, there's hardship in the economy and in the society, and so technology needs to provide solutions for the challenges that people are going through. It needs to provide solutions as part of the energy transition that we're going through as an economy. And so it is also our role as allocators of capital to back those entrepreneurs that really are building businesses that in 5 to 10 years from now are a lot more relevant than they are today. And this isn't an abstract kind of comment, but think about it as follows. Where we are today, and we're sitting here in beautiful Cannes, and shout out, by the way, to the entirety of the IPEM team for putting this marvelous conference together. Fantastic job. We're sitting here in the middle of Cannes, and we're okay today, but I think we're also benefited as a set of European nation states from a lot of wealth creation in the last few decades. In order to continue kind of doing that over the decades to come, we need to keep creating those companies today that are going to be those growth companies in 10, 20 years from now, that are going to be the backbone of the economy tomorrow. And so the to-do starts today, immediately today.
Definitely a great answer. And would you say the kind of macro challenges of today are really then informing the types of businesses you choose to allocate to?
And so that's the other really interesting thing to think through. In order to figure out where this all goes, I think in the most abstract way, as a VC, you're in the future business. And in order to do successfully in the future, you need to understand where things are going. And so on the back of our areas of expertise, we each build hypotheses on where we think a space is going. I run our fintech investing, which includes blockchain and crypto. It's an intellectually very, very stimulating area to be investing in. And so we formulate hypotheses around which we build a portfolio. And so if you don't have an expertise, if you don't have a view, it's easy to get lost.
Interesting. Okay, and last but not least, Nico, what would you say, what are you most excited about going forward at LAKESTAR?
And so if you allow me to geek out for a split second, so I've been in finance for 20 years by now. I love this kind of stuff. I live out this passion as part of what I do at LAKESTAR. And there's something very, very profound that's going on, and that is centralized, more traditional ways of delivering financial services is coming together with decentralized, novel ways, Bitcoin enabled and otherwise. And so we're in the middle of these two, in people seemingly separate areas coming together right now. Regulators are embracing it, right? I'm deliberately choosing a positive word, they're embracing it. And so the future is going to see these areas come together. And as part of that, today, in a changing and hardening regulatory environment, we see the next generation of businesses that understand how to navigate and combine these both things together, and that's something that I am tremendously excited.
Fantastic, it definitely comes through. Very exciting times. Nico, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for listening.